been asked, why did we move to Charlotte? Like, what was the deciding factor, the decision process to relocate the company from the Greensboro area down to the Charlotte area in North Carolina? So I want to talk a little bit about that. Early years of the company, it was sometimes full-time, sometimes part-time. A lot of different type of work, handyman stuff, trying to get into bigger style jobs. Partnered up with some people in the Burlington area, Greensboro area, to help out with projects, try to grow different markets, different companies, and had just been a lot of really different random stuff. It'd be like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, yeah, I got a good idea and I can figure the rest out. So obviously that's a much different style of business than we have now. So in 2010, started coming to Charlotte to do different jobs. And so we'd be down for a while, do a job, go back, and started to see the market, how it was growing much different than the Greensboro market, and started to build relationships with different contractors, different people in the Charlotte area that were relationships that I could leverage later. So Greensboro at that time, especially I think late 2000s, the market was not in the best place, and there was more people looking for work than there was work to do. So coming in as the new guy, the young guy that nobody knows, there was a lot of old relationships there where the contractor was using a subcontractor that they went to high school with 25 years ago. And then when this, 23, 24-year-old comes in wanting to get business, you're like, yeah, I have no faith that you can handle this. And this guy that's been doing it for me forever is not messing up. So why would I switch? So it was a tough market. And if you've seen any of the other videos, I'm not a sales guy, so I didn't have a good system for prospecting and promoting why hiring me would be better or what benefit it would bring. So I realized that I needed to be in a work-rich environment, not an environment where I was fighting a bunch of other people for the work. So I started to leverage some of the relationships that I had built in Charlotte and lined up a couple jobs that would have started early 2012 and would give me a 4 to 5 month workload where I could ramp up, I could get settled in, I could get my crews sorted without having to run out looking for more jobs. So that was a big factor, laying the proper groundwork. So I used that to come down, set the guys up, and in a market. Another thing I realized about Charlotte was that most people here were new. They were from somewhere else, so they didn't have 15, 20, 25-year-old loyalties. They were new. They were trying to find a provider, a contractor to do the work they needed done. So it wasn't an established market, if you will. It was a very new market and very work-rich market. So it was much easier for someone who doesn't know or didn't know sales and wasn't a accomplished salesperson to find work and sell it, because there was a lot of work going around and there weren't as many loyalties to fight with of, hey, we've been doing work with these guys forever. So those are some of the main deciding factors. I realized if you're hungry, you need to go where there's plenty of fruit and where it's ripe or almost ripe. And the market I was in when I started was not a ripe market. There was a little bit of fruit and some of it was still pretty young, and the stuff that was ripe was already picked. So yeah, that was the decision-making process for moving down, and we've been headquartered here since January 2012, and it's been growing ever since. So that's the story in a nutshell, and thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching this episode. Give it a like. Let us know what you thought in the comments down there. Share it if you feel so inclined. If you really like to go to our page under follow, click see first. That way you never miss a video. See it as soon as it comes out. And we'll see you on the next episode.